Hi guys, welcome to my messy space. So the video before this, all in the pinks, I started without you because as I explained in the video, my camera storage was full and it shut itself off. So I kind of gave you a rundown on the paints I was using, and it's all about kind of painting on a budget. We don't have to make this as expensive as we can. And you know what? These tiles sell amazingly well. They're super cheap to buy. These longer ones are like $1.25 at Lowe's and Home Depot. And yeah, the paints are cheap. So we're going to go through that again. So we're going to use this board. And it still has some of the pinks from the previous pour. And we're just going to kind of puddle that up. We're going to add some new base paint. So this is Beauty Tone Velvet. Right out of the can. And my last video, I told you guys all. This is the Acrylic brand from the Dollar Tree. I'm using it straight out of the bottle, no pouring medium whatsoever. And this one I'm going to mix this in because it's going to be in the middle of my pour. I'm going to do it in browns and blacks and maybe some more neutral colors. So we're going to start with black. These paints are great, you guys. I've used them quite a bit. I have no problem with them. So yeah, try them out. Dollar Tree. Don't buy Craft Smart. Craft Smart paint is awful. Okay, this one does have pouring medium in. This is 24 karat Deco Art. Then we have Acrylic brand in Espresso. Acrylic brand in Warm White. Kind of needs a hit of color, doesn't it? Oh, let's just keep going with neutrals. All right, Espresso again. A little more gold. Let's bling it right out. A little more black. Some of these colors work better than others. I can't tell you what they are. Actually, the last painting I did, I used this Fuchsia Fun, and it kind of broke up. It broke up in a place where I can deal with it. It was quite soft and wispy. Okay, let's throw a punch of yellow in here. So this is Vivid Yellow, same cheapy brand of paint. And we're going to go back in with a bit of white, off-white. Then we're going to use Black Cell Mix. So I think I might have mentioned it in my last video. If not, I'm going to mention it again, and you guys can push mute if I'm babbling. I know how frustrating it is to buy every single product that everybody uses, mix everything up, and then you see a new recipe and you try that. I get it. I get it. So if I had to guide anybody in one direction, it would be spend the money on the Australian Floetrol. I know it's uber expensive. Buy it through Fluid Art. You get free shipping on orders over $150, and you get yourself a whole bunch of good piggies as well. Spend the money on the Aussie Floetrol. I use both. I would rather use Australian Floetrol all the time, but it becomes a cost factor. So it will give you the game changer for making cells. So once you kind of learn your consistencies of your paint, whether it's cheap paint or expensive paint, and you're working with Aussie Floetrol, you'll get your cells. Once you get that down, move up to more expensive brands of paint if that's what you want. All right, my friends, here we go. All right, so we're just going to let this develop a tiny bit. It's going to be pretty shimmery. We're going to maybe blow that section out. My Black Cell Mix, all of my paints have been sitting around for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I just opened them tonight and I stirred them. I didn't do anything to them. I should have checked consistency because I can tell that my cell mix is really thick as well, but I didn't. All right, we'll do a double blowout and see what happens. Okay, let's just put this aside and let it do its thing. Look at how thick that is. Whoa! Okay, we're going to flood our canvas with our canvas, which is a tile. This is the same uber gooey, thick, sticky paint that I have been using for quite some time. This is Beauty Tone Velvet. This is right out of the can, and I popped it into a cup that had a tiny bit of quinacridone nickel azo gold in it. So what you can't see is that it is kind of an off-white, but it is just plain old paint. So we're going to spread it out and help it out a tiny bit. I'm talking really quick because in my last video I said that my daughter and friend and grandbaby had gone to my ex-husband's for Thanksgiving dinner, and that's not true. My daughter's baby daddy has babies, so she's coming home to me, and she's supposed to be home somewhere between 7 and 7:30. So this is kind of a speed painting, and I'm only really doing it because I screwed up my last video. Okay, we're going to pop these bubbles. We're not going to spin, we're just going to tip and tilt. So here's our pretty puddle, and I'm going to use my same box that I used before. So we're just going to pick some of these up, some of this up. Just kind of let it gently roll down. You don't have to force it. Just let the paint kind of guide. I'm going to have a big glob of black in there, which I don't really want. So we'll just make some fancy hand movements and stretch it out as we go. Oh crap. Hang on guys, they're at the door. Alright guys, I'm back. My granddaughter's home early. So we're just going to maybe finish this off by putting one more, get off my chair, one more little run of color up through there, and I'll probably modify off screen because it's way too hard when she's in the house. But you know how it's done. All right, that's kind of funky. We got a little bit of the pink left over from the last pour. So let's just give this a super quick tip, and I will just kind of finish this off here. Like I said, you guys have all seen the modifying many, many times. The whole point and purpose of this was to use the dollar store paints straight out of the bottle. Nanny's in her room, sweetie. I'm just finishing up. Okay, I'm actually going to leave this right here. I might not even modify. It's quite pretty. I wasn't intending to have the pink in there, but it kind of has added a little. Here comes my granddaughter, you guys. I warn you now. It sort of has a little, just gives a little bit more contrast and a little bit more interest. So we're just going to wipe out the sides. And I'm going to put you guys on hold. I'm going to bring you down and show you, and then I'm going to end this because I will not be able to do anything with her in the house. Hang on. Okay, here we are hovering above. I really like this. I like this just the way it is. I'm not going to modify this piece as much as I said I was. I'm just going to leave it as is. There's some really, really pretty areas. There's lots of sparkle. There's some lovely cells. For a color that's sort of neutral colors, you can see this tiny little bit of pink and purple that's kind of crept in there, but it's very, very subtle. All right, my friends, no medium, straight up, right out of the container. All right, guys, take care. I will talk to everybody really, really soon. I have to go before my living room is demolished. Bye.